episodes have you seen?
All of them a few hundred times.
I was really excited to do a show that was very different than the one that I was currently doing, though I love the one that I was currently doing. But I've been a fan of the X-Files, I've been a fan of like Twilight Zone growing up, my dad and I would watch it. And so I liked the genre. I didn't want to do a campy, supernatural themed, sci-fi themed show like Buffy or Angel. They're all fun, Charmed, they're all great, but I didn't want to do that show. But I was like, if it's an X-Files type show, Twilight Zone, yeah, absolutely. And then reading the script, and I'm a lifelong Star Wars fan, and we talked earlier about the archetypes, and so I immediately clicked with the story and the overarching storylines and the archetypes, and I just thought it was a great, cool idea, and I was excited to do one episode of it. One episode of it. And then it never ended.
Let's be honest, we were in our 20s and we were looking for work.
Oh yeah, that too.
And here comes along a script that is getting some pretty good feedback and they are interested in us. Where do I sign?
How much do I have to pay?
Yeah. What's the story about? Actually, I don't care. It's a job, but I'm in. What do I have to do? Oh, I have to put on a gym teacher's outfit? Okay. I have to do that.
Get you a little bit bees? Yeah. Okay.
All right, we can do that. It's. I will say that, Jared and I have gone out and auditioned and tried out for numerous projects. Some that were really bad, some that were really good. Those we didn't get any of those, and we just so happened that there was a show that came along, and they were interested in us from the start almost. Luckily, because we had a couple of people that were involved with the producing side of it that knew who we were, and so that relationship really kind of paid out. And it just it was just kind of a bonus that the script was so great, and the characters were so good, and that Eric was such a talent, and here we are today. So it's nobody could have.
And here y'all are today. Thank you.
Hey there.
Hey guys. So my question is, if you could do another alternate universe episode like It's a Terrible Life, what kind of jobs would you like to see Sam and Dean have?
Working at Toys R Us!
Yeah, no retail probably. They'd probably be short-tempered, especially Dean.
Can you imagine Dean at like a Toys R Us?
Well, he's good with kids.
Sir, this dresser is missing a screw. Figure it out. Get some duct tape.
Excuse me, sir. Do you mind if I climb up and grab that car up there? I don't care if you shoot someone in front of me.
I think Sam would probably be a good maintenance guy, because I'm always the guy that they're like, can you reach that off the top? Can you change that light bulb? I'm like, yeah. Paint strippers, like the cars, paint strippers.
Right, stripping paint on the cars. I do probably do that. Yeah, like a body shop, right?
Yeah, the body shop.
Yeah, body shop. Magic Winchester.
I'll never imagine. Magic Winchester.
Magic Winchester XXL.
A suitcase just fainted. I think the suitcase just went all on its own. Is there someone in there? I think Sam would like to be a teacher, but I think Jared would like to be a teacher, so I don't know.
A surf instructor.
There you go. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi guys. You're amazing, just by the way.
You're amazing.
So my question is, what is your guys' favorite memory from the set?
Wow, there are a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot.
That's like, what was your favorite memory of the past 10 years of your life?
She's like, easy, last Monday. There have been a lot. There is a crazy special feeling on the last day of filming each season. It's the coolest, probably like the last hour or two of shooting each season. I get this indescribable feeling. Like, we've talked about this. We're so like almost one-track minded with like a singular focus during the season. You know, we're at work. We got to tell these guys stories. We have to honor Sam and Dean Winchester the same way y'all do. You know, we have to bring them to life, and it becomes a singular focus. And right about kind of halfway through the last day, you start seeing the light. You know, yeah, the light at the end. But it's not saying the tunnel's over. There will be another tunnel, but at least you're out of this one. And it's this cool feeling, like graduating high school or college or something. You're like, oh my God, like we did it. Like we did it. It's over. It's over. There's a really cool. It's really difficult to quantify, like to have feelings of success within the year because you're working. You're like, you know, if episode 1 ends, tomorrow's episode 2. When episode 2 ends, tomorrow's episode 3. And you're going and going. And every day on the way home from work, you're working on what do you have to do the next day. If it's Friday, you're already like flipping through like, okay, what am I doing Monday? Okay, I'm gonna have to start working on that Saturday. So Saturday midday when the kids are asleep, like you're kind of always planning. But knowing you have that 2.5 or 3 months, 2.5 months, I guess, between seasons, it's always a really cool feeling. So those 10 experiences have been really special.
I've got many. One that comes to mind, and I'm going to say it for you, is watching him fall in love with his wife. Because it was pathetic. I mean, poor Jen, and she just, you know, poor Jen, all of a sudden she just like had this tail. It was like following her around, and I knew that as soon as I looked over and Jen sitting in her cast chair, she, you know, she was trying to keep to herself, she was reading a book, and then, I'm not kidding, this is Jared. Sitting with his legs folded, staring up at her, and I'm like, why is he not going back to his trail? Oh. Well, that's happening.
One of my biggest pet peeves in the world is when I'm reading and somebody interrupts me. Unless it's like, hey, your pants are on fire. We do. And I think in the second episode that she filmed, I remember, because she was like an English major, she reads all the time, she has a degree in English, and she's a voracious reader, especially before kids. Obviously kids take a lot of time. But I remember, like, I want to talk to her really bad. And so I remember going up and being like, so what you reading? And she'd be like, Hemingway. I'm like, cool. Run off, like, find some Hemingway quotes. I was just thinking, you know, he who doth say, Shakespeare. Obviously it worked. That was really cool moment. There's been so many, again, you know, going back to Kim Manners and some of the times we spent and shared with them, getting in a room that was essentially the size of a bathroom and filling it with 60,000 bees, and then walking and seeing the whole crew had like bee outfits on. And like, oh, that's great. We have to wear Sam and Dean's costume, which is this, basically. And then Kim just was like, he was like, what are you guys complaining about? Give me an apple box. And he walks into the room, in shorts and a t-shirt, sits down on the apple box and goes, I'll direct from here then. Bees all over him.
And we're like, okay, well.
Guys,
Hey there.
since you are obviously really amazing fathers, would you be able to share a cute story or a funny story about the kids? Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, like one of the, there's a little humming, yeah. As a very dedicated father, I was throwing my son on the bed and put his head to the wall. And then another time, and this may go down as the worst moment in my life, he had a dinosaur toy that's like, it was hard plastic, and the hard plastic tail came back around, and that's like the dinosaurs looking. And it's probably for like 7, 8-year-olds to put on their bookshelf. I decided, you know, my son likes dinosaurs, so I bought it for him, and I shouldn't have. He was probably 2.5. And we're at the playground, and he's rolling the dinosaur down the slide, and I was like, quit rolling T-Rex down the slide. And I get up and give it to him, and he slides down the slide. He thinks it's the funnest thing. And I was like, quit letting T-Rex fall down the slide. And he does it again. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna make T-Rex slide up the slide. Yeah. And not joking, this probably was the worst moment of my life. So I'm glad to share it with you here today. So here I am, like giddy, and I'm on a playground, and I'm happy, and I'm with my kid, and he's happy, and I'm like, T-Rex is coming up the slide, and I friggin' launch T-Rex up the slide. T-Rex is not really coordinated necessarily, so hard plastic T-Rex hits the slide, bounces off, propels, flipping through the air, and hits him somewhere in the face. He drops and starts screaming, my eye. My legs went out from under me. I'm like, no joking, like Jen was there, like she still has to like comfort me when I talk about it. And I was like I was going into convulsions, like I didn't think I'd react like this. I was going into convulsions, I thought I just poked his eye out. Finally we get him to pull his hand away, and probably 0.5 centimeter above his left eye is a little dot where the skin has been punctured. And had it been 1 centimeter different, I would have blinded my son. So I'm just a really good father. Beat that.
There was no injuries involved. I just recently, actually 2 days ago, I took JJ, it was just her and I. Danielle was off doing woman things, getting her hair done, her nails, or whatever it is. And so I took JJ and we went to this little farm here where they've got like goats, and it's kind of a petting zoo and stuff. And the weather was bad, so there was nobody there, and it was just the two of us. And the lady was like, "Yeah, you guys go on in, you got the whole place to yourself." So we went out, we were feeding the ducks and feeding the roosters, and we were chasing some chickens, and then with the rabbits and the guinea pigs. And then they had this big thing with little goats. And I'm like, oh, this is cool. You can walk right in and hang out in the goat pen. So I walk in.
Things you don't often say out loud.
So I walk in, I let JJ go. She's just running around and like pushing on the goats, and I'm like, oh, that's really. I'm taking pictures with my phone, and then I look over, and 2 goats are kind of squared off to each other, and then they just go boom, and like not one knocks the other one totally like off its feet. I'm like, and we're leaving. Let's go. I just had visions of her just getting pummeled, like that Stride commercial, like where the ram like takes out. That's all I saw. It was just JJ going like end over. I'm like, yeah, okay, we're going back to the bunnies.
And they're not good at keeping secrets. Like when Jen goes out of town or something, and I have the boys. I love it. We sleep in. We watch Ice Age. We eat pizza and probably candy all day long.
Ice cream dinners.
Ice cream dinners. And then Mama gets home the next day. She's like, "How were they?" I'm like, "Great time. To bed on time. We went outside. Yada yada." "Hey Tom, did you like yesterday?" "I ate candy."
Yeah, we are on par for being those dads. So
He must have found it. I don't know how he got it. Like, still has pizza stains on. His clothes on from like 2 days before. Oh yeah, I'll have the kids every now and again, and she'll be out. She's like, "Hey, do you want to come meet up?" And I'm like, "Sure." And so I'll get the kids and put them in clothes, and then show up at the restaurant and like they don't have shoes on. And so I guess one of the pictures made it to one of the websites, and the kids weren't wearing shoes, and she was like, "I told you to put shoes on them." We don't let our kids wear shoes. They're like running around city streets. Fun times.
Okay.
It's a learning process.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.